Culinary Director of Point Leo Estate, Phil Wood, is joining me today to make a delicious dish, gnocchi, but gluten-free.
Gluten-free gnocchi.
Nice one.
Outrageous.
I guess there's a lot of people out there, and particularly you'd see at your hatted restaurant, that people are asking for specific things. There are people that are gluten intolerant, vegan, you name it.
Yeah, you get everything now. But gluten-free gnocchi is actually quite delicious, so I don't mind doing this one.
Exactly. Everyone can enjoy it. So how do we get started?
So first thing, we've got these are royal blue potatoes. When they go in, they're bright blue. When they come out, they just look like a potato. But these are the best. So these make super light, fluffy gnocchi. If you can't get royal blues, Sebagos or Desirees will do okay. So these have just come out of the oven, and you want to do this while they're still hot. So yeah, we'll just quickly cut it in half.
So there's two schools of thoughts when it comes to gnocchi. Either boil your potatoes or not. You prefer to not boil them?
Yeah, I prefer to roast. It's just a bit safer. Sometimes when you boil them, they might split. You get a bit of water and you'll get sort of gluey potatoes.
Yeah, and water's the enemy when it comes to gnocchi.
It is the enemy.
Until the end.
Until the end, yeah. So, yeah, quickly pass them. This bit you want to do as quick as possible.
Okay. And I love how you're leaving the skins on. Yeah. It just saves you just scooping it out.
Well, the best thing is you use those for crispy potato skins.
I think at your restaurant, Laura, I tried potato skins with creme fraiche and caviar, and it was like the best thing ever.
It's the best thing, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's always a good idea to have a ricer too, right?
Yeah, it is. It just makes it so much quicker. Yeah. You could use a sieve.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can just push it through a sieve.
It is one of those simple dishes, but it's just those finer details that make the gnocchi stand out.
So we've got our potatoes done. So we just get our pastry card.
Yep.
You just sort of start chopping them. If you over-mix your potatoes, they'll end up gluey and you don't want that. So we have some gluten-free flour here. So the first thing we're going to do.
So these days on the market, you can find fantastic gluten-free flours.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, which really can be substituted for a lot of flour heavy recipes just like gnocchi.
Yeah, exactly. So the last thing we're going to do, we'll add a beaten egg and that will bring it all together. So if you can just crack that and mix it for us.
One egg.
And if you just pour, we'll go half and half. So put half of the egg in there.
Yeah, just in the centre. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
that will do.
Oh, Phil.
We're going to put it all in anyway.
And so what's the consistency that we're after?
So it will be almost like a pasta dough, but not as tight.
Okay. There we go, also a bit.
Once it's in there, and at this point, you'll get rid of the card because you'll just form it up into like a little ball.
Okay, take that away. And Phil, what's the ratio of potato to gluten-free flour?
Well, the easy ratio for gnocchi is 500 grams of raw potato, so that's before you put it in the oven. And then you add 50 grams of flour and one egg, and that will pretty much do every kind of gnocchi. So this is feeling pretty good. We're almost ready to shape it, but I'm going to get you to start on the sauce.
Okay.
We're going to make a really beautiful Cacio Pepe to go with this.
Oh, what is a Cacio Pepe sauce?
Cacio Pepe stands for cheese and pepper.
Very nice.
So the first thing, you're going to get an egg, and then we're going to grate a whole lot of parmesan into that egg.
Give it a whisk.
While I shape these, I just need just a touch more flour just so I can roll them out.
And again, it's always good to show this because depending on what type of gluten-free flour you use, you may need a little more flour, a little less flour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just about seeing how it forms. You can see it's a beautiful soft dough.
It's the same with the potatoes. So sometimes your potatoes might have just a little bit more moisture in them. Yeah. Sometimes they won't. So you do have a ratio, but you also get to play around with it a little bit as well.
Sure.
So put heaps of cheese in there.
This is one of those beautiful dishes where you can't hide. It's all about the beautiful gnocchi, the cheese, so good quality Parmesan cheese and pepper. That's all you need. We're purists, aren't we?
Exactly. And it's simple. You know, it's like a 3-4 ingredient dish. And
you're going to show them off well.
Show them off well, yeah. I think you're done with the cheese there. Right. Now mix that all together.
Yes.
And the last thing, you're going to crack a whole lot of pepper in there as well. So I've just rolled out my gnocchi. So I've divided the dough into two pieces. And then you just kind of gently roll it out so you get like a little snake type shape. So once you've got it like that, nice and even the whole way along, you just use you can have a knife or a pastry card. And then you just cut them to whatever size you want.
Put put some pepper in there.
A lot of pepper.
I can just imagine a lot of mums and dads out there wanting to make this for their kids, or even getting the kids involved with this recipe because it's quite fun to do.
Yeah, or get the kids to make it for you, I reckon.
Yeah, I like that idea.
The longest part of this recipe is just waiting for the potatoes to roast.
Exactly. All right. I hope I've got enough pepper in there for you, Phil.
That should be just enough. We can always put more in.
Exactly.
Remember, you can always put in, you can't take out. So,
True.
gnocchi done.
Too easy.
These take maybe 2 to 3 minutes to cook. So we're just going to pop them in. And you know what they're cooked when they sort of float to the surface. Right.
Salted water, of course.
Salted water.
Yep.
Great trick for this is if you put them on a piece of baking paper and you can pick them all up together and throw them all in.
Sorry, I forgot.
But if you want to...
Some baking paper.
if you want to help me, just throw them all in here.
Absolutely. Can do. There you go.
Okay, and while we're waiting for the gnocchi to cook, we're just going to quickly make our sauce.
Okay.
So you just take a little bit of the pasta water out, so it's got that seasoning in there already.
Yeah.
Into a warm pan. Now you're going to grab butter. And we're just going to, butter. Butter makes everything better, and we're just going to make a quick butter sauce.
So you've got the water in there and you're adding the butter little by little and agitating the pan.
Yeah. That just makes it emulsify, so it kind of ends like a hot butter mayonnaise.
Oh, I like the sound of that. You can see the gnocchi has already started to come to the surface. That's how fast it takes to cook.
Yeah, that's how fast it takes.
Yeah.
Now we can scoop these out and pop them straight into this pan of butter here.
Okay. It's probably the fastest dish you've ever made in your life.
It is, isn't it? One of the tastiest as well.
One of the tastiest, absolutely.
And if you want, you can take these out, cool them down and freeze them at this stage so that you can not have to wait to boil potatoes next time you do it.
It's also just a nice idea if you're entertaining and wanting to do this gnocchi for a big group of people. You could do that, couldn't you?
And I did that exact thing about a week ago.
Yep, for entertaining, you just cook it, ready to go.
Yep, and you can see, see how that butter is all nicely emulsified in one sort of colour.
Wow,
just kind of move those gnocchi around, get them well coated.
It's incredible, these techniques. It's just putting a combination of water and butter together can form this beautiful sauce.
And then we just need a little bit of salt. Now, Juz, if you can pass me that egg and cheese over there.
Yep.
So we're just going to put this in, a little spatula.
It's so decadent.
It is. It's a heart stopper.
And I've noticed your pan is not too hot.
Yeah, so if you throw it in too hot, you end up just with fried eggs.
Yeah, we don't want that. So you just want it to almost just form that sexy, glossy sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's looking good, so it's ready to plate.
Go.
So you can make these portions as big as you want. Is that enough? Is that enough for you, you reckon?
Keep going. A juzzy portion, please.
And now more parmesan cheese over the top.
Okay.
You do as much as you want.
Oh, this is comfort food right here. I love it.
And then a fresh black pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're ready to go.
There we go. Spoon for you.
Thank you. There you go.
Lots of that sauce. It's unbelievable. It really is so special. It's just a simple dish, as we described at the beginning, but the gnocchi is incredibly fluffy. It's like eating clouds, Phil. That's how good your gnocchi is, and with that sauce.
I know, it's beautiful, and you wouldn't know that it was gluten-free if you didn't.
I have a feeling that this is going to be one of the most popular dishes on Everyday Gourmet this year. Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you.